Hey friends, Chris here with Little Roots Ranch and the turkeys. And today I'm so excited to share with you an experiment that worked out really well. And so I'm really happy to share that because I have been struggling with growing peas for multiple reasons because of pests. And so this behind me is about my fourth technically, though third was in the same vein. Succession of peas, both snap peas and shelling peas, and or I guess not both, but all three types of peas: snap, shelling, and snow peas. And so the first time I planted peas, they all started coming up and they looked really great. And a rabbit came and mowed them down, and I was like, no, bad rabbit. So then right behind it, because they were basically just annihilated, I did a second planting, and I think it's on one of my tour videos or whatever about using that cage. And well, that worked pretty well, except I had problems with burrowing. So I don't know if that was a mole or vole. I can never remember the difference, but one of those, or like a field mouse or something, but they actually tunneled under the greenhouse and were eating the seeds, I guess you will, the peas or whatever, and like ripping off the plant part and just taking the pea. So I was pretty bummed because I hadn't had those problems in the past. I've always had bunny problems, and so where I could put like a little fence around it, but I'm growing on a much larger scale, and so it's not so easy to use a lot of the tactics that I used before. Not only that, those were just my snap peas, and I knew that I would be in later successions doing snap and snow peas as well. So anyways, I tried to think like, what could I do? And I realized that with a lot of my transplants, I can reduce pest problems as far as the rabbits and stuff by letting them get larger. Maybe they're just not as sweet tasting as young baby seedlings. So I was like, okay, well, I'm not gonna grow, 400 pots with a couple seeds in each one. Like, what can I do? And it dawned on me to try gutters. As you can see behind me, my very first one was a metal gutter. And I planted, so they're like 10 feet long, I think. And I planted them, I plant 3 wide, like in a band, going all the way down about 1 inch apart in all directions. And I let them get bigger, and I meant to transplant them about a week and a half earlier than I did, but time got away from me. But I did get them in the ground. And this video is about a week after that because I wanted to make sure that everything went okay. So I will give you updates on the peas, show you both ways, one with better success that I got the peas from the gutter into the ground. But I wanted to give it enough time to tell you guys with confidence that yay, it worked. And so I'm so excited. So I definitely will implement that earlier in the season next year. But behind me here, you see I still have four gutters left of peas. And I've got, let's see, these are Lincoln shell peas. And then these are green arrow shell peas. And then avalanche snow peas through here. And then royal snap peas, which are the purple ones. They're so delicious and so pretty. They're my favorite. And I've already got, like I said, I'll take you outside the greenhouse where the other peas are. But I've got more of the purple snap peas, and then also, I think it's Alaska shelling pea, already outside. And they have been able to, I haven't had any problems with the moles, voles, field mice, whatever, rabbits, birds, anything. So I am forever hooked on this process. So all I did was take an empty gutter, and I put compost in it, which easy peasy, a couple inches thick, I guess, almost up to the top. Put my peas in there and watered it regularly. And then came the fun part of putting them in the ground. And a few of you have commented saying that it may not work or it might be difficult. And I wasn't sure how it would turn out. But in my head, I kind of had a plan. But while we were doing it, Joy came up with a great idea. And actually, that's what ended up working. We still tried the other way, and I think it worked okay. But the problem with that one was that I actually dropped the gutter earlier in the day. And so it kind of like loosened up the roots. So I'm not sure It didn't do any like long-term damage or anything, but I think it messed up the ability to slide or whatever. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take you outside and show you how the peas are now. And then I'll show you a video of the successful pea transfer. And that was the first one. We started off trying to slide it in, but we weren't really sure. And so Joy came up with a great idea of laying on its side and lifting them out. And that worked beautifully. But I still wanted to try the slide method. So that'll be the next video. That one's a little rougher to watch because they didn't really slide, but they were able to kind of separate. And so I like moved them down piece by, you'll see in the videos. And then, yeah, so let me take you outside and show you how the peas are doing. Again, this is 1 week post-transplant. But yeah, I'll show you that right now. These are just up close video of the peas here. You see I've got less germination on these green arrow. This is the one in the first row. This is an older plant. In the back here is my Royal Snap, and that's my favorite. And as you can tell, they're doing beautiful. And I'll be transplanting all of these out in the next couple days. But let me take you out and show you how the outside ones are doing. Okay, so here are the outside peas. And when I was outside, notice in the back area around that area, it's a little thinner. So it looks like yesterday I checked on these and I didn't have any problems. But it looks like the bunny did mow them down a little bit, which is problematic. So I thought that, but the plants are at least bigger and able to withstand that. I did grab in the back there, you can see that little that's hardware cloth, and so I grabbed that, but it's definitely difficult. So I still need to try and figure out a way to protect the peas from the bunnies. They seem to be relentless. I thought they would leave them alone because it's been a week and they didn't bother them. But anyways, I will show you the video on the transplant coming up right now. The first one is the more successful of the two. Okay, so we've got 10 feet of our peas here. Let's see if we made the thing long enough. Looks like we did perfectly. It's not exactly straight, but I think, why don't you lift it up? Let me see if I can just push it through. Or I'll lift it up and push. You know what? Here, switch me to this side. Can you lift it up? Up. Can you try and push and shake? Nothing.
Can I offer a suggestion? If we lay it on its side, right here, we might just be able to tip it all the way out and then roll it.
Oh, that's a good point. Oh, this is exciting. Can you hold this so I can bring the camera over a little better?
Yeah, sure.
So like support it up?
Yep.
I was too scared that mine was gonna fall. Okay. So I'll show you guys. So let me jump over the thing. Okay. So these are the peas. This is the root mat underneath. Time will tell if it'll go okay. Joy, do you want to go ahead and slowly work it in, or?
Yeah.
So exciting. And hopefully, ooh, let me put it back. I'll put it back up over here. Oh, it looks so beautiful. And hopefully the peas are big enough that the rabbits leave them alone. Time will tell, I guess. Okay. slug. No. Didn't really use as much of the compost as I had dug out. Let's see. Oh, it looks so beautiful. And then I'm just pressing this is compost, pressing it around to seal in those roots and make the contact. The earthworms are like, what's going on? Good things, guys, good things going on. All right, wow, that is amazing. I can't believe it worked. Thank you, Joy, for the great idea. I was gonna try and just push on it for like an hour. But yeah, that's so exciting. So I guess we'll find out how well it worked or didn't work, depending on, I guess, overnight. So fingers crossed that the bunnies did not don't get it, I guess. And yeah. And now I'll show you the other transplant where we had a little bit more problems. Do you want to let you set up? I learned that the metal gutters are far sturdier than the plastic gutters. It did start coming. We need to stay over here. Okay. Okay, oh, hold on. No jiggle. Push your side. Okay. And push your side more. Can't. Hey, go ahead. Sorry. Pull back. I noticed that if I pushed too hard, the row would buckle, and so I couldn't push very hard. Hold it. The key was to slide smaller chunks of the peas through the gutter at a time. These peas were also younger, so the root mat wasn't as developed, and as I had mentioned, I dropped them earlier, so they weren't in the best of shape. Back. A little slower. Mostly just right out. Stop. Mostly just right out. Oh. Okay, pull back. All right. So that one was a little more rough, but I think the plants are going to be just fine. They don't look as cute. And so these were a lot younger, which contributed to there not being as dense of a root mat. Also, I dropped them earlier and they completely fell out. And so it's been a rough day for these particular peas. I think these are shelling peas, but honestly I don't remember. I'd have to look at the little cup thing to identify them. But yeah, so I'm just, again, like the other one, just tucking these in, hoping that the rabbit or any moles, voles, whatever, leave these alone. Hopefully they recover from their little journey earlier today. And hopefully I have amazing peas from them. Let's see. Oops. Well, they don't look so bad now that they're buried in. But yeah, and with all these, I'll do a slight water to water them in. And yeah, fingers crossed this works. Thank you for watching. I hope if you're having problems with your pests pulling the peas out before they even emerge, or even as they just emerge, this process works really great. If you're doing it for rabbits and eating them, it's the best that I've come up with so far, but ultimately fencing I think works the best. It's just harder because I have several hundred feet, or yeah, about approximately, to get with peas, and so trying to figure out the best plan for that. But anyways, thank you for watching. Happy gardening.